Welcome to another episode of PAF TV. You weren't ready for that. Altoids. And I have a guest today, Ramon B. Nuez Jr. What is the B? I never knew.
How are you guys? So I'm a junior, and the B is for
Ramon B.
Bolivar.
Nuez Jr.
Bolivar.
Okay. And I don't even know how to introduce you. Okay. By the way, I'm the host, Ruben Quinones, in case you haven't watched this before. Content creator, writer for the Huffington Post, contributing writer.
Right.
And we're going to talk about Dads on Tech in a second, and New Media Brief, which is a podcast, and I'll list a lot of this stuff in the blog. But here today to talk about dadsontech.com.
Sure.
Tell me a little bit about what was the vision for that? Why did you start it? How did you, what was the vision for Dads on Tech?
So when I first started Dads on, the main reason why I started Dads on Tech was pretty much just one reason. I have a lot of friends who are dads,
right?
And not necessarily tech savvy dads either, which is okay. And one of the reasons why they would come to me and say, Ray, how do I secure my PC? Is texting good for my kids? I want to buy a camera. I want all these tech questions, and they're always kind of like fearful of having their kids be around or play around technology, specifically the internet. So hopping on the laptop, PC, and spending too much time. They were worrying that the kids are looking at porn or that people who should not be speaking to them are speaking to them. The same thing about texting, or sexting, or just taking pictures, and so all that kind of stuff. So and I would repeat the same thing over and over again. So technology is not your enemy. Right. Technology can be your friend. It can also be your enemy, but it can be your friend. But what you have to do is that you have to do the same thing that our parents did when we were growing up. Just educate you. Say that, listen, there are bad people in this world, but there are also good people in this world. But you have to be intelligent enough to make a distinction. So, and I would explain this to them, and they would just still be like, well, I don't know, I don't want my kids to be on the laptop for too long. Right. So, well, good, that's your prerogative. So make sure that the laptop or the PC is in a common room. So let's say the living room, for example. Right. And that laptop or that PC can only be there, so you can actually watch what your kids are doing. And explain to them, listen, going to porn sites is not a good thing. If someone you don't know starts talking to you through Facebook, Twitter, whatever the case is, then if you don't know them, then don't talk to them. You have to teach them. So that's the main reason why I started Dads on Tech. Is I want a place where dads can go, a safe place where they can just ask questions about technology, ask questions about what is a safe technology, what's a bad technology, and just get good advice.
And actually it's involved into something else where now you're doing product reviews. And even for a dad that may actually get technology, it's still a good place to go because you come out with some posts as... So
it has evolved, so we've kind of leaned away from being just a Dads on Tech site, and more being of a technology or gadget review site. Right. Which is okay, I think that was a natural progression. We still have dads that do visit our site and get good information. Right. And that's helpful for them. So yeah.
Pretty cool. So go check them out, dadsontech.com, right? I'll put it up down here. And I should also mention, I got to give a little plug for your wife as well, because she has a mommy blog, very niche.
It's
is it just Latino mom? It could be any mom, right?
It's any mom whatsoever, but it's hechoparamama.com, and it's made for mother, translated into English. And the main reason why she did that is because she was looking for information as a first-time mother, especially Latina mother, trying to understand, what your body goes through, what happens after birth, what happens while you're pregnant. And she was getting a lot of information from her mom. Her mom is about 72 years old, 73, so she was getting this real old school information, which kind of was just ridiculous. So she was looking around the internet trying to find information. They're really finding good information. So she started building her own content and built her own website and started...
Makes for a great marriage.
Yeah.
And it's Hecho para Mamá.
Hecho para Mamá.
I'll go ahead and put it down here. You can go ahead and check it out. I've checked it out. Pretty cool. Ramon, thanks for coming on.
No problem.
I know you're going to be on for future episodes as well.
I'm here.
And have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this.